and welcome to another SUB7, SUB8 news bulletin. Not as serious as a real news bulletin. For example, they wear pants. But what we lack in appropriate clothing, we make up for in scoops for you, the recipients of our exclusive newsletter. And I say exclusive, but it only really excludes people who haven't signed up yet, which is free, so zero barriers to entry. Anyway, plans for SUB7, SUB8, that's what you're here to find out. They're coming on apace and we are days away from announcing the venue and the date. It's going to be in spring next year, but I can't tell you yet, especially the venue, because I have been banned. But what I can do is give you a list of cities and towns where it's not. The SUB7 and SUB8 attempts will not be held on Disappointment Island in New Zealand. They won't be in Embarrass, Minnesota, or Lost, Scotland, Normal, Illinois, Peculiar, Missouri, or Ugly, Essex. Nope, not there, but close to one of them in a global sense, maybe. They're all real places, by the way. I googled them. Now, we've been following our four athletes around like little lost puppies over the past few months, and things have been going very well for about 75% of them. Time to release a few special insights for you. Lucy Charles-Barclay has been busy debuting in WTCS races and finishing in the top 5, and thus probably wondering what all the fuss was about. Like, what have you guys been doing this the whole time? How embarrassing. And also hanging out on a training camp in Lanzarote, making incredibly audacious goals.
Yeah, so the feedback we've received kind of publicly has been that they believe the women's time is achievable to go SUB8, but the men's time maybe isn't achievable to go SUB7. So we in theory have an easier task on our hands, and I guess that could be true, but that kind of SUB8 isn't the only benchmark I'm going to lay down. Like, I would love to go out there and beat the current fastest men's time over the iron distance, which I believe is a 7:35. So if I'm having a good day, I'll just start aiming towards that time rather than thinking SUB8's easily in the bag. I'm not the kind of athlete who's going to slow down. I'm going to just keep pushing. So people don't need to worry about it being or looking easy. If they think SUB8's easy, I'm just going to push on to go even faster.
My God, imagine that. Of course, she'll also have to beat Nicola Spirig, and that will not be easy. Spirig has also been on a fancy island with a fancy name, Gran Canaria. Big Canary in English, large canary. You can't prove it doesn't mean that. Anyway, she's aiming for her 5th Olympics and 3rd medal. And now she's returned to launch the Phoenix Kids Triathlon by Nicola Spirig, which is amazing, further cementing her legacy at home in Switzerland.
And I wanted to give something back. I wanted to be an idol to motivate the kids to do sports. I think it's very important to do sports, not just to be active and healthy, but also to learn how to get self-confidence, how to handle wins and losses, how to handle problems on your way to your goals.
We caught up with Christian Blumenfeld in Sierra Nevada at altitude, where he may well be prior to SUB7, and where it was tough for us to walk more than 50 meters without getting puffed, but it's just another day for him.
So Sierra Nevada is one of my favorite places in the world for training. It's a little training center halfway up on a big mountain. If we start in the bottom down in Granada, it's 26k of climbing to get up here, and when we are up at the center we can keep going up to Pico de Valletta, which is 3,400 meters. So it's actually the longest paved road for cycling in Europe. So it's definitely a place where I can challenge myself and really dig in and work hard on the bike.
Christian is not a human man. He is a machine, a Norwegian machine like a Volvo, which I know is Swedish, but it's the best I can do at short notice. You name a Norwegian company, you can't. Things have been tougher though for Ali Brownlee. While all the others have been on fancy islands, Ali has been laid up after ankle surgery on a very much less fancy island called Great Britain. And he has been seeing his Olympic dream vanish.
As it stands at the moment, I'm actually okay. I had the operation on my ankle a couple of days ago now. It came out of absolutely nowhere. I think it's a kind of recurrence of an old injury, and I was doing everything I could. You know, I was training well, I was looking after myself, I was lots of strength and conditioning, lots of physio, and this injury just hit me. Ultimately, it just got to a point where, it wasn't in a great place. I knew I was going to have an operation on it, and after I knew that the Olympics wasn't going to be an option, decided to have an operation as soon as possible.
Ali loves audacious goals. They all do. And Sub7, Sub8, it is certainly that. So stay across our social channels and sub7sub8.com to find out more. I promise within the next few weeks